Paris, October 3rd, 2016, 2:30 a.m. The Hotel de Porle is located on Rue Tronchet in the 8th arrondissement. The entrance is secured by black iron gates. There is no visible signage and no staff positioned outside at night. 5 men arrive at the gate. They are wearing police uniforms. Each of them is carrying a badge. One of them is armed with a handgun. One man presses the intercom. Inside the building, the night concierge checks the security monitor. He sees police uniforms at the entrance. He unlocks the door. The men enter immediately. The concierge is restrained. Plastic zip ties are placed around his wrists. A handgun is held against him. One of the men asks a question. "Where's the rapper's wife?" The concierge understands who they are referring to. He stands up and leads the men upstairs. They proceed to apartment number 1, the most expensive suite in the building. Inside the bedroom, Kim Kardashian is alone. She is wearing a white robe. She is lying in bed and using her phone. When the door opens, she looks up. 2 masked men are standing inside the room. One of them raises a handgun and points it at her. Her phone falls onto the floor. This was the beginning of the largest jewelry robbery in French history. Five days earlier, September 28, 2016, a private jet descends through clouds above northern France. Inside, Kim Kardashian sits with her personal assistant and her bodyguard, Pascal Duvier. They are flying from Los Angeles to Paris. Fashion Week is about to begin. Kim has attended for years. She sits front row at the shows. Designers compete for her attention. Photographers follow her from venue to venue. Her presence generates headlines. At 10:40 a.m., the jet lands at Paris's Le Bourget Airport, a private terminal north of the city used by celebrities and executives who prefer to avoid commercial travel. Her sisters, Courtney and Kendall, will arrive separately. By 2016, Kim Kardashian is one of the most recognized women on the planet. Her Instagram account has over 84 million followers. Her reality show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, is in its 12th season. Her mobile game has generated over $160 million revenue. She is not just a celebrity, she is a brand, and brands need visibility. Kim documents everything, every outfit, every meal, every location. Her followers expect it, the algorithm rewards it. She posts multiple times a day. The world watches in real time. That same day, Kim attends a fashion show. As she walks toward the entrance, a man breaks through the crowd and rushes at her. He grabs her from behind and attempts to kiss her. Security intervenes. The man is pulled away. His name is Vitaly Sediuk. He is a Ukrainian television personality known for ambushing celebrities. He has targeted Brad Pitt, Will Smith, and Leonardo DiCaprio. To his followers, these are pranks, content for social media. To Kim, the encounter is disturbing, but it passes quickly. Security handled it, no real harm done. She does not recognize what the incident revealed. Strangers can get close. Security has gaps. The constant visibility that built her career also makes her easy to find. She continues with Fashion Week. The posts continue. The cameras keep rolling. Shortly before the Paris trip, Kanye West gave Kim a gift, a second engagement ring. The diamond is 20 carats. It is emerald cut. It is set in platinum. The estimated value is $4 million. In Paris, Kim photographs it. She holds her hand toward the camera. The diamond catches the light. She posts the image to Instagram. Within hours, the photo has millions of views. Fans comment on the size. Tabloids run stories about the cost. Luxury blogs analyze the cut and clarity. Somewhere in Paris, a different audience is watching. They are not fans. They are not journalists. They are professionals in a different industry. They see the ring. They see the hotel. They see that some nights she is alone. They begin to plan. Kim is staying at Hotel de Portals. It is not a traditional hotel. There is no lobby, no reception desk, no uniformed staff at the door. The building is a 19th century mansion that once belonged to French aristocracy. In 2004, it was purchased by a billionaire and converted into a private residence hotel with 11 luxury apartments. Access is restricted. Guests enter through a narrow alley protected by black iron gates. A keypad controls entry. A single concierge monitors arrivals from a small desk near the entrance. The hotel is known in celebrity circles as the no-address hotel. It does not appear on booking sites. Reservations are made through private channels. Previous guests include Madonna and Leonardo DiCaprio. Kanye West once owned one of the apartments. He and Kim stayed there during their honeymoon. The privacy is the selling point. Famous guests can come and go without being photographed. They can exist briefly outside the public eye. But privacy is not security. The building has no armed guards, no metal detectors, no panic buttons in the rooms. The gates look imposing, but they open for anyone who looks official. Kim's suite costs up to $16,800 per night. It has marble floors and chandeliers and artwork on the walls. It does not have a safe room. In the banlieues, the suburban ring that surrounds Paris, a group of men has been meeting. They are not young. They are not impulsive. They have done this before. The leader is Omar Aitkadaich. He is 60 years old. His street name is Old Omar. He has spent decades in the criminal underworld, armed robberies, high-end jewelry thefts, multiple prison sentences. By 60, he is not just a thief. He is a coordinator, a planner, someone younger criminals go to when they need experience. Working with him is Didier Dubroc, 54 years old. They call him Blue Eyes. He is quiet, efficient. He does not draw attention. Also involved is Yunis Abbas, 62 years old. He will later write a book about the robbery. In it, he describes himself as a supporting player, someone who helped but did not lead. Together with two others, they form the core team. 5 men who will enter the hotel. Others work in the background. Drivers, lookouts, contacts in the jewelry trade. Their research is thorough. They study Ken's Instagram. They identify the hotel from background details in her posts. They note her schedule. They observe that her bodyguard is not always present. They learn that the hotel has minimal security. They time police patrol routes in the neighborhood. They acquire police uniforms. They obtain fake badges. They select bicycles for the escape. Bicycles are quiet. They do not trigger traffic cameras the way cars do. They can disappear into the city. The plan is set. They wait for the right night, the day before the robbery. Kim spends the day at fashion shows. In the evening, she attends a private dinner at the showroom of Azzedine Allah, a legendary Tunisian French designer. Kim is accompanied by her sisters Courtney and Kendall. The dinner ends around 9:45 p.m. Courtney and Kendall want to continue the night. They decide to go to L'Arc, a nightclub near the Champs-Élysées. Kim is tired. She wants to go back to the hotel. Pascal Duvier, her bodyguard, offers to accompany her. She declines. The hotel is secure. She will be fine. She tells him to stay with her sisters. Pascal agrees. He leaves with Courtney and Kendall for the nightclub. Kim returns to Hotel de Portils alone. She arrives at approximately 1:00 a.m. on October 3rd. She enters her suite. She removes her makeup. She takes a shower. She changes into a white bathrobe. She gets into bed. Her friend and stylist, Simone Hirosh, is staying in a room on the lower floor of the same suite. She is already asleep. Kim picks up her phone. She scrolls through social media. Outside, the streets of Paris are quiet. 90 minutes later, the door opens. 2:18 a.m. Street cameras in the 8th arrondissement record 3 men cycling toward Rue Tronchet. They wear dark jackets with reflective strips. Police uniforms. Behind them, 2 more men approach on foot. At 2:30 a.m., the 5 men reach the entrance to Hotel de Portilles. The iron gates are closed. The main door is locked. One of the men presses the intercom button. Inside, the night concierge checks the security camera. He sees police uniforms. He sees badges. He opens the door. The moment the door opens, everything changes. The concierge is grabbed immediately. A gun is pressed against his body. One of the men speaks French. "Where's the rapper's wife?" The concierge understands. He knows which guests they mean. He leads them to the staircase. His wrists are bound with plastic zip ties. His mouth is covered with tape. He is forced to walk ahead of the group, showing them the way. 3 of the men stay downstairs. They guard the entrance. They watch the street. They wait. 2 men climb the stairs with the concierge. They reach the Igur, Docker to apartment number 1. The door opens. Kim Kardashian looks up from her phone. She sees 2 men in ski masks standing in her bedroom doorway. Behind them, the concierge, bound and gagged. Her first thought is that this is a prank. Maybe Vitaly again. Maybe someone trying to get content for social media. Then she sees the gun. She reaches for her phone. She tries to call Pascal. The call does not connect. One of the men grabs the phone from her hand and throws it across the room. The men shout commands in French. "A terre, get on the ground." Kim does not speak French, but she understands. She slides off the bed and onto the marble floor. The man standing over her is Omar A. Kadech. Old Omar. He is 60 years old. He pulls her hands behind her back. Zip ties tighten around her wrists. Uncomfortable, but not painful. Another man, Didier Dubroc, takes a roll of duct tape from a bag. He wraps it around her ankles. She cannot move her legs. Her robe has shifted in the struggle. She feels exposed and vulnerable on the floor of her own room, bound and unable to get up. Omar grabs her arm and pulls her toward the bathroom. Kim later testified that she felt terrified in that moment. She thought about her children. She didn't know what would happen next. Omar wraps more tape around her legs for additional restraint. Then he drags her toward the bathroom. The concierge is already there, lying on the tile floor. Kim is placed beside him. Didier stands over them holding the gun. Omar kneels beside Kim. He speaks quietly. "The ring." Kim shakes her head. She doesn't understand the word. Omar points at her hand. The 20-carat diamond catches the light from the bathroom fixture. He pulls the ring from her finger. While Omar secures the ring, Didier moves through the suite. He knows what he's looking for. He opens drawers and checks jewelry boxes, collecting necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and watches. Everything goes into a duffel bag. The men are calm and methodical. They don't rush. They have clearly done this before. On the lower floor of the suite, Simone Herrock wakes up. She hears shouting. Kim's voice. Something is wrong. Simone doesn't go upstairs. She runs to the bathroom on her floor and locks the door behind her. From inside, she grabs her phone and calls Pascal Duvier. Pascal is at Lark nightclub with Courtney and Kendall. He answers the phone. He hears Simone's voice. She is panicked. She is whispering, "Something is happening at the hotel." Pascal does not ask questions. He runs for the exit. He sprints through the streets of Paris toward the hotel. The distance is less than 2 kilometers. He covers it as fast as he can. Inside the hotel, one of the men guarding the entrance receives a signal. Police are approaching the area. The message is relayed upstairs. Omar and Didier grab the duffel bag. They have what they came for. Before leaving, they push Kim further into the bathroom. They close the door. They do not lock it, but Kim does not know that. She lies on the floor, bound and gagged, unable to move. The 5 men exit the building through the same door they entered. Bicycles are waiting. They mount the bikes and pedal into the night. During the escape, something falls from one of the bags, a platinum cross necklace. It lands on the cobblestones. The men do not stop. They keep riding. The necklace is worth approximately $31,000. It will be found the next morning. By the time Pascal Duvier reaches the hotel, the men are gone. The bicycles have disappeared into the maze of Paris streets. There is no car to chase, no license plate to trace. Just silence and the sound of his own breathing. Simone finds Kim in the bathroom. She frees her from the restraints. Kim is shaking. She is crying. She cannot stop repeating the same words. "I thought they were going to kill me." Police arrive within minutes, but Kim hesitates to approach them. The robbers wore police uniforms. How can she be certain these are real officers? She stays back. She watches them carefully. The police chief assigned to the case does not immediately recognize the victim's name. He asks an officer next to him. The officer searches on his phone. Within seconds, he sees her follower count, 84 million. He understands the scale of what has happened. Across the Atlantic, Kanye West is performing live in New York. Someone approaches the stage and whispers in his ear. He stops the concert mid-song. He tells the audience there is a family emergency. He walks off stage. Within hours, he is on a plane to Paris. By sunrise, the story has reached every major news outlet on Earth. The headline is everywhere. Kim Kardashian robbed at gunpoint in Paris. $10 million in jewelry stolen. The heist is complete. In the days following the robbery, Paris police have almost nothing. The men wore gloves. There are no fingerprints. The phones they used were prepaid burners, purchased with cash and discarded after use. The bicycles were stolen from different locations across the city days before the robbery. They cannot be traced to their riders. But investigators have one piece of evidence: the zip ties. When the plastic restraints were fastened around Kim's wrists and the concierge's hands, whoever handled them left behind traces of DNA, skin cells, sweat, material too small to see but large enough to analyze. The DNA is extracted and run through the French criminal database. No match. The samples do not correspond to anyone in the system. The investigation stalls. Investigators consider every angle. The concierge opened the door without resistance. Was he involved? Police question him extensively. They examine his finances, his contacts, his background. They find no connection to criminal networks. He is released. Kim's driver that night was among the last people to see her before the robbery. He knew her location. He knew she was alone. Could he have passed information to the robbers? He is brought in for questioning. He is one of 17 suspects detained in the initial sweep. He is also released. There is no evidence linking him to the crime. The theory that survives. This was an outside crew, professionals. They gathered their intelligence from public sources, Instagram posts, celebrity news, hotel reviews. They exploited the gap between Kim's visibility and her actual protection. The question is not how they found her. The question is who they are. Investigators believe the stolen jewelry was moved quickly. The most likely destination, Antwerp, Belgium. Antwerp is the diamond capital of the world. More than 80% of the world's rough diamonds pass through the city. The diamond district has hundreds of dealers, cutters, and traders. Stones can be recut to change their appearance. Settings can be melted down. Gold can be reformed into new pieces. A distinctive ring can become unrecognizable within days. Kim's $4 million engagement ring was one of the largest and most distinctive pieces of jewelry in the world when it was taken. By the time investigators began looking for it, it may have already ceased to exist in its original form. To this day, the ring has never been recovered. January 2017, 3 months after the robbery. The DNA sample from the zip ties finally produces a match. French authorities have expanded their search to include samples from past investigations. One of the profiles matches a man who had been arrested years earlier on unrelated charges. His name is Omar 8 Kadek. Old Omar, 60 years old, a known figure in the Parisian criminal underworld. Police do not arrest him immediately. They begin surveillance. They tap his phones. They monitor his movements and the people he contacts. The wiretapped conversations reveal the network. Names emerge: Didier Dubrec, Younes Abbas. Others who helped plan the operation, drove support vehicles, or connected the crew with buyers for the jewelry. The picture completes itself. Police have enough. Early morning, January 2017. Coordinated raids strike locations across Paris and its suburbs simultaneously. 17 people are arrested. Younes Abbas is pulled from his bed while still asleep. Omar 8 Kadek is taken at another location. Didier Dubrec is found and detained. All 5 men who entered the hotel that night are now in custody. So are those who helped plan the robbery, drove getaway vehicles, or arranged the sale of the jewelry. The suspects range in age from their 40s to their 70s. The French media gives them a name: the Grandpa Gang. Kim Kardashian is informed immediately. The men who invaded her room, who bound her wrists, who pointed a gun at her face, are finally in handcuffs. The trial takes years to reach its conclusion. In 2025, final sentencing is delivered. 10 defendants face charges related to the robbery. The evidence is overwhelming. DNA from the zip ties, surveillance footage from street cameras, wiretapped phone, conversations in which the men discuss the heist and its proceeds. Several defendants confess. Omar 8 Kadek, now deaf and in declining health, writes a letter of apology to Kim Kardashian. He expresses regret for what he did. He says he did not intend to traumatize her. 8 of the 10 defendants are found guilty. Omar receives 8 years in prison. The others receive sentences ranging from 3 to 8 years. Under French law, some of these sentences can be served under supervised release rather than incarceration, particularly for older defendants in poor health. Kim does not attend the trial. She provides testimony through a written statement. In it, she describes the lasting impact of the robbery, the fear, the nightmares, the feeling that she is never truly safe. The jewelry is not recovered. The $4 million ring is never found. The sentences are handed down. The trial ends. In the hours after the robbery, Kim Kardashian flew back to New York. She covered her face with a black blanket as she walked to the waiting car. Cameras followed her, as they always had. But something had changed. For the first time in her career, she went silent. No Instagram posts, no Twitter updates, no public appearances. The woman who had built an empire on visibility disappeared from view. When she eventually returned to public life, the changes were visible. She stopped displaying expensive jewelry online. She traveled with more security. She spoke publicly about anxiety, about fear, about the difficulty of feeling safe in her own home. The robbery became a dividing line. Before and after. The person she was in that hotel room, scrolling her phone, unaware of what was coming, no longer exists. That version of Kim Kardashian ended when the door opened. The men who robbed her were caught. They were tried. Some were punished. But punishment is not the same as repair. The $4 million ring was never recovered. The fear she experienced in that bathroom is permanent. No sentence can undo it. Omar Akadaj apologized. He said he regretted what he did. Perhaps he meant it. Perhaps he was simply old and sick and hoping for leniency. It does not matter. An apology does not erase a trauma. This is where the story ends. Not with justice, not with closure, but with the reality that some things, once taken, cannot be returned. The jewelry can be replaced. The ring can be remade. The money can be earned again. The feeling of safety cannot.